I just wanna chill and vibe. Baby girl, keep it real, no lies. She said she's 21, I said alright. If we gon' be grown, then speak your mind. I just wanna chill and vibe. I just wanna chill and vibe. I just wanna chill and vibe. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Turn up, gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Gon' turn up. Soon as baby turn up, you know Buddha gon' turn up. Let's start up. Only good vibes. No, I'm serious. Let's start the show. Come on, mom. Come on, mom. Only good vibes.
Sippers, and hello to our new sippers out there that's tuning in. Hello, YouTube. We appreciate you all very much. Okay. So how was your day?
Well, my day was pretty good. Be the first day back.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the first day back. And it was pretty good, man. Easy peasy. It was some changes, nonetheless, but they were fair changes.
Okay. What you sipping on?
Ooh, I like how you slide in and controlling this thing, baby. Ooh, I'm sipping on a little ginger ale. Ginger ale.
Okay.
And some what is that called? 20 grand.
Okay.
20
Okay,
grand
you
apple
being a big boy. Y'all see what he drinking in.
and mason jar. I'm old country boy.
All right. So what I'm sipping on, I'm trying something. I'm always trying something, y'all. So baby is drinking, sipping, because we don't drink. We sip
Oh, okay.
and conversate.
Mm.
All right, no.
So, baby,
What you sipping on?
I already told you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to tell him what I'm sipping on.
Ooh, go ahead.
You're
I'm
moving
sorry.
too fast.
I am.
Jesus.
Stay in my lane.
I'm trying this. I think it's a Wicked Grove is the brand. And it's called Pear Secco. So it's basically a hard cider that has like a pear aftertaste to it. I would recommend, I should say, that you can drink it without it, but if you like sweet drinks, this ain't gonna be the one for you. I don't like super sweet drinks, but what I did do was I paired it with an apple cranberry juice, similar to what you would do with a mimosa, so I could see what I like, and that's how I did it, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Now, what you got to say for me?
Well, baby, how was your day?
Much like you, coming back today, having been on a vacation.
Oh, you was on vacation?
You was on vacation.
I was on vacation?
We was on vacation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now that's just so corny. So actually, Buddha and Baby went on vacation to Vegas for a few days just to kind of get out, do some different things, just be great, be doing some adulting. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
True.
So that's what we ended up doing. So that was real cool. Got back, relaxed a little bit. I had some errands to run. He got to enjoy the whole full relaxation.
All I did was just watch. If I don't even catch this one, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. It was pretty interesting. Squid Game.
Okay.
That was pretty interesting out there, man. I had a lot of plot twists and turns and all this. I wasn't expecting what I got, but I wasn't ready. And at the end, it was pretty good.
All right.
Oh, somebody bringing sweet bread. Oh,
Sweet red. Okay.
That's that sweet bread type of
You gotta have a drink like a lady. Okay. So listen, for you all, for the sippers that's coming in, whether you on YouTube or you are on Facebook and in all of the groups that we are partaking in, tell us what you're sipping on. If it's your first time on the show, make sure you drop it down low. Make sure you if you don't do nothing else, make sure y'all like, follow, and share the page. Now, I will warn you in advance that this is a mature audience show.
Yeah.
So you are subjected to hear inappropriate language and conversations. However, it's real talk about real life with real people.
Mm,
Yes.
true.
So before we get into a quick recap on last week, I want to give a public apology to Buddha in the likelihood that I made him feel any type of kind of way on last week's show. Okay. I never intend on cutting him off or nothing like that. I always just pretty much be good fun, mostly just messing with him. But with regards to the cause that you guys are having, men are the prize. And so from the woman perspective, which is me, I feel that it is a great movement. Yes, there's work to be done. I'm a strong believer that progress is in progress, and so I would not shoot you down or anything regarding it unless it's appropriate. Um, I will challenge you all the men. However, as a woman,
Mm,
I personally feel, in my opinion, that in order for other women to support the cause, two things. One, the men cannot focus on the negativity that could and will come from the cause. You cannot support that. You must continue to push forward with your mission.
okay.
You're going to always have the naysayers and so forth, men and women alike. Okay. And I also feel that in order to give you all a fighting chance, or at the very least show um, camaraderie and so forth, we, the women that do support you, have to nurture what you have going on. So if I say, let me talk for the women,
Mm,
I'm coming from a positive place.
mm,
You all just continue to push your mission, push your cause, and then I will co-sign on it. However, I will call a spade a spade. So that being said, congratulations to all the men that are actually doing their thing, not just talking about being a prize, but actually walking as a prize,
mm.
because that's what's most important. So
Small break.
I just wanted to give that out
Thank you, baby.
to you
Apology
all,
accepted, man.
because that ain't what it is. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're gonna take a quick little break, and we're gonna come right back. We got our resident guest joining us tonight. You all have seen him a few times already, and so he's coming back tonight to hang out with the folks. Okay, so we'll be right back.
Oh, this is for the sippers. Yeah, we sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. Yeah, we sipping in conversation. We sipping in conversation. What it is, or what it do. If your homegirl sipping, then bring her on through. What it is, or what it do. If your homegirl singing, then bring her on through, baby.
What it is, what it do. If your homeboy sippin', then gon' come through. What it is, what it do. If your homeboy sippin', come through.
What it is, or what it do. If your homegirl sipping.
All right.
Man, Mr. Clean himself, man. Hitting you with is that the purple? He hitting you with the purple herbal.
What's happening?
What's going on?
What's good,
How we
family?
do? How y'all do?
How you doing?
You were missed. I missed you, brother.
I'm good. I missed y'all too.
Right.
It's
Um,
been,
What you sipping on?
so you know
You
what?
always have that good stuff.
I was
And you have a story
confused
behind
tonight. I was confused tonight in terms of what I was going to go with. And y'all know Scotch and bourbon is my go-to joint. So I actually have been drinking this Lefroy. This is what I started out with. You know, it's a little different. It's smoky. You know, got that peaty flavor to it, which I kind of
What
dig in
kind
the
of what
Scotch.
what is it? What kind of drink is it?
It's a Scotch. This is a
Oh,
Scotch.
Scotch.
It's a single malt, and it's like I say, it's on the peaty side. I like them a little smoky. I know some people don't like that, but I'm starting to get into that. I like them smoky. Lagavulin, Lefroy. There's a few others, but that's what I started with. But then I said, you know what? We're about to talk to my peoples. I need to switch to my people's drink. So I'm drinking this right here. This is that Bamboo XO rum. This is a Caribbean rum from Panama.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
That's what's up. So listen, last week we talked about what does letting a man be a man look like. Give us your let's say your elevator speech on your thoughts of that.
But plain and simple, you just got to let him be in terms of all things that he is in a positive light. Because as a being, you know, there are certain parameters that we have to operate within the world. But inside of that, we also have to stretch out. You know, we got to be able to exhale. We can't walk around holding our breath all the time. So if I can't, in a nutshell, be me and be with you, then that's the wrong formula. Provided we're dealing with the positives. Now, the negatives, yes, we all need to weed those out. But in terms of letting a man be a man, you know, we got to bark, we got to roar, we got to stretch out, and we got to hunt and gather. That's who we are by nature. But that doesn't mean that we're going to do it in a negative manner. So as long as we're keeping it on a positive tip, let us breathe.
Okay. Understood. Well, let's be clear. I agree. I won't say I don't, you know. However, like I mentioned last week, you know, I once upon a time, you know, I wasn't always allowing the space to be a safe place for a man, you know, a secure place, you know, where I mean, I won't say in all areas, you know, it was just there were I would nitpick on what was conform for me, you know. And so now, although I still am still me, I'm a lot more tolerable in and more compassionate and more understanding on the importance of creating a safe space, you know, and I'm saying safe space from the perspective of allowing for him to be comfortable to talk, to be transparent, to be honest, you know, all those things, and without feeling that I'm going to attack, you know. I will listen, and I'm more listening because I want to understand your thought process behind why you did it or why you didn't do it, you know, because after I realized that everybody don't think like me, it came easier that okay, they do have they're not going to everybody think like me. Everybody not going to be processing at the speed that I process, and the same and vice versa, you know. So with that being said, giving a platform for my mate to, you know, be confident in his manhood, where he can be the leader, the provider, the protector, and all those things. You know what I'm saying? I left that out on purpose. Thank you. Being that I leave that opportunity open up that opportunity for that to take place, gives the opportunity for us to have a positive atmosphere.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that.
you said a couple safe space. You know, I don't think, well, maybe people don't understand how deep that goes, because as men, when you say safe space, it's like, oh, I need some place to hide. No, it's not that. When the man walks outside the door, especially a black man, when you walk outside the front door of your home, you are by default at conflict with your surroundings. Now, you can put that from a social standpoint. You can put that from a political standpoint. You can put it from a business standpoint, you know, because the black male, especially a strong, intelligent black male, is a threat. And unfortunately, not just to white society and other societies, but also to black society. You know, we have to contend with crabs in the bucket, you know, as sad as it may be. So we're fighting the rest of the world all day long. So when we come home, we don't want to have conflict. We want to be able to be vulnerable. That's why you were chosen as the mate. That's why you were chosen as the SO, the significant other. You know, how to put it. That's how you were chosen as the rib, because you made me feel that I could be vulnerable with you. So when I have to start tightening the strings and not being able to say this, not being able to express myself, not being able to watch my television program, not being able to work out, not anything that I do that comprises me in a positive tip that was there when we met and that we had in place. Now I'm cutting myself off. And the more I cut myself off, at some point I'm going to get to okay, I don't know who I am. And now I'm rebelling against myself. And when I start rebelling against myself, then there's a problem, because now I'm fighting me because of all of the adjustments I have made to make you feel secure. So there is no safe space. It's a confinement. It's a confined space, not a safe space. So, you know, look at it as toddlers. As some men might not want me to say this, but men, we come into the relationship like babies, like toddlers. And I say that when you have a baby, I don't care what color that baby is, what nationality, the ethnicity, where that baby is from. A baby will give everyone the same reaction. It's as they start growing and interacting with things, and we start, hey, don't touch that. Or we give them the expression, like when we look at somebody and they see us look at somebody crossways, now they pick this up. So this is where the biases are developed. So as we go along, as we encounter the conflicts within the relationship, now we start shortening the amount of open and honesty that we can share with you, because we don't want to get burned. We don't want to go through the conflict, the tension. We don't want to go to sleep upset for no reason, because it really wasn't that big. And had you let me finish my thought, then it would have been a whole different conversation.
Okay. Understood. Okay. So we just gonna go straight on into it.
Yeah, I was waiting on the rations.
So we shifted, no worries.
Oh God!
Hakuna Matata.
I ain't say too much at all.
Yeah, you trying to get into this? You ready to be?
Wait. Hey, my daughters, if you sign off now, if you watching, I know if you're watching. I know if you're watching, I can see you.
Right. So listen, Mom, don't this your time. You just hit the like button. Everybody, now.
Hold on, Mom. Y'all in there. Continue.
Goodbye. Love you.
Somebody had to do it.
So that's what it is. Don't do that.
I'm gonna have to re-up on the bumble
too far.
Yeah, okay.
Too far too fast.
I went too far too fast. I'm here now.
Come on, bite.
Oh gosh.
Jesus Christ. Listen, y'all. So tonight, the question is, okay, what's more intimate, kissing or oral sex?
Woo, 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 woo.
What do you view as being a more intimate gesture?
Oh,
Kissing or oral sex? And oral sex goes for the man or the woman, or whatever your preference. Okay.
I'm here for this. I'm here for this.
I
Be a
don't.
real conversation.
I'm not a big kisser, so I would probably say if I am actually, I would probably go more with kissing, because I'm not a kisser. So if I'm actually engaging in, it's not like I can't or anything. It's just I don't know.
Weird.
It's just weird. And I'm probably weird for saying that out loud, but um, I would say for me, kissing is a little bit more intimate, because like I said, I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
So if I'm doing it with you, like, um, yeah, I like you.
Okay.
Now, granted, on the flip side, everybody not gonna get oral sex either. So if one or both of them things is actually happening, I probably like you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, somebody over here straddling the goddamn fence. Oh, okay. Who's next?
I don't
I can see
I don't
clearly.
participate in that type of shenanigans.
Who want to go next?
That's for the freaks and the creeps and the freaks.
I guess I'll go next. I'll go ahead and get my little thought out the way.
You go ahead. I'm gonna go get me another. I didn't fill up my drink while I was doing what I did.
Me?
You go ahead.
Okay, mine. She left. So I'm
Behave.
and I'm gonna be very candid about my statement. I'm gonna go with oral sex being the most intimate. Right? For a man, can't speak for women, but for men, what are the most important parts of our body? What do we care about the most? You know what I'm saying? We might care about our face, what we think, our mind, but our penis is right up in a sacred place. You know what I'm saying? We protect this even in our sleep. You see our hands down in our pants at all times, protecting this stuff. So in the opportune time for a woman to go down and give us head, right? She is in control of one of the most important parts of our bodies in that moment. That is us being submissive. Because in that moment, she can do certain things that we're too vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would say, in my opinion, oral sex is way more intimate. Like, I can see your face, right? I see your face every day. But we wear clothes for a reason, right? We wear clothes for a reason. So if you're telling me, for those who are saying kissing is more intimate, if you're telling me giving oral sex is just the normal, that's normal behavior, or what we should do, what you should expect every day, then I don't know, man.
I wouldn't say that it's one of those normal behaviors or anything, but I'll give my additional feedback after Mr. Hannah.
Go ahead. I just gave it I might be wrong.
It's not right or wrong. It's a matter of perspective.
It's a matter of perspective. But I just know, in my opinion,
That's your opinion.
A man is submissive. When you have that thing in the hand, doing what you're doing, you know, it's too late for us. You do what you do.
So, is the question?
Question.
I know what the question is, but is the question, what do we find more intimate, or is the question kissing versus oral sex?
The question is
kissing versus oral sex.
Kissing or oral sex which one is more intimate?
Because see, I'm about to throw a monkey wrench in the game, but okay,
Go ahead. You throw whatever you need.
I'll hold it. I'll hold it. So I'm gonna stick to the script.
Okay.
You got this.
We ain't been drinking that much, y'all. We really haven't.
No, not yet.
Give us about 30
I'm
minutes.
on a light refreshment tonight.
About 30 minutes. About 30 minutes. But I'm gonna go with kissing. Now, I know, yeah. Oh, God was, yeah. And I agree with you, Buddha. I agree with you in terms of that whole submission thing. And that is a very vulnerable, you talk about vulnerable spaces, okay?
Yep.
That's a vulnerable space because I be thinking about some crazy shit also. But let's kiss. Did this damn thing just freeze? Uh-oh. Where we at?
Having the oral sex.
Okay, there we go.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so the kissing, and the reason I'm going to go with kissing over oral sex is because
Oh, we lost him. He'll be back. It's no worries. That's what happened when we get into these old ratchet conversations. It gets real jiggy with it up in this joint.
No problem.
Who knows what? Who ain't no telling. Okay, but listen, the question. Although I say kissing or oral, I'm not excluding. I'm more so not me, but we're talking more about from the angle of what you feel is more intimate, because we know that everybody have opinions. So I'm going to be fair, and I'm gonna make some modification. What is more intimate
to you?
I'll just put it. I'll put the title to say that to avoid any confusion. Okay, for the people in the bike.
Gotcha.
And we back. We got you. So for those that's tuning in, tonight's topic is what is more intimate to you, kissing or oral sex?
I'm here for this. Go ahead.
So real quick before Mr. Hannibal finish up his statement, let's see what the people say. Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want. Okay. So one of our viewers says, I think kissing is more intimate. Oh, and another one, kissing. Now I'm noticing that these are comments coming from women. So I'm curious as to any of our male viewers, what their thoughts are. So as y'all come in, Buddha gave his perspective. Hannibal was in progress of giving his perspective. So go ahead, Hannibal, and finish explaining why you're saying that for you, kissing is more intimate.
Kissing is more intimate because you cover a broader spectrum and you have more freedom of expression, if you will. Because most times when we say kissing, we're thinking either peck, or we're thinking, French kiss, or we're thinking that hot and heavy movie kiss where sometimes that in itself can be overbearing, just when you looking at that, because it becomes it can be scary. Depends on who's coming at you and how they're coming at you. So, but I still say that because I can kiss your shoulder very softly. I can, I can kiss your elbow and make it intimate. And these are the things we don't think about in terms of kissing. I can kiss your knee, the back of your knee. and never even touch those sacred areas. You know, you get close, but what you're doing is you're creating a sense of ambience. You're creating a connection, a surreal connection that pulls not just the bodies closer together, but also the spirits at that time, the souls. You are literally melding with one another when you create that type of atmosphere. And that's what intimacy should be. It should be the melding of the two, not just the melding of the two bodies, but the minds and the spirits at the same time. So it should be on several levels. When you come out of the bedroom from that type of situation, and I'm not trying to be funny, I feel like you should feel like you just came out of some type of fantasy, like some 5D ride at Universal or Disney World that just hit all of your senses. And have you coming out looking like, oh, you know, like you just smoked the Cheech and Chong's joint, you know?
And that's from kissing?
No, this is the whole experience.
From the experience.
From the whole experience. But the kissing,
I'll tell you what,
sets it up.
All right, for these 100% in this intimacy thing, I'm going to say one more thing, and I'm going to slide and let this thing rise. Right. If you were in a situation where y'all in that moment where y'all about to have sex, correct?
Okay.
All right. You're here now, right? If you don't have oral sex, if that ain't in the equation, and all y'all did was kiss and penetration, a lot of these ladies who are talking about kissing being more intimate, been to cuss you out, and you might not even get a call back.
Wait, time out. Now, just because one do kissing to be more intimate does not mean you shall omit.
Whoa. We're talking.
Kissing can be inclusive.
No, hold on.
You don't.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
First,
Kissing can be inclusive.
Hold on. Well, I'm gonna say it can be inclusive, but guess what?
Your piece off.
Okay, kissing can be inclusive, but guess what? What's more inclusive? When it comes down to man and woman kissing versus oral sex, what's more inclusive? Like, would you forgive your mate for kissing somebody, or would you forgive them for giving head? We talking about inclusive now. Because this is the most.
Too much.
I mean, damn.
So now you want to flip. Okay, so from that perspective. So first of all, intimacy.
Nobody else should be able to get this from your mate.
That can be hand holding.
Okay, no problem. But we're talking about kissing.
So if we're talking about intimacy, I don't want you giving none of that.
Okay.
To anybody else. None of it. If it's intimate, none of that. None of it.
Well, see, I feel you. But what I'm saying is when I think about intimacy, I think about the idea of we are connecting. Obviously, kissing is connecting.
Right.
Having sex is connecting. Oral sex is connecting. Mm-hmm. All of that is connecting, right? But when it becomes intimate to me is when it's something that can be only shared between you and I. And it can't be considered a regular action. Something regular or frivolous in that sense.
I'm gonna blow that out the water.
Huh?
I'm gonna blow that out the water.
If I meet a young lady and that's what she like to do is give head, or have sex with kids. If giving head is her thing, that's what she like to do.
Then is it intimate?
That just took everything that I needed to know about her out the window. Like this ain't sacred to me no more. I'm just I've just submitted myself to somebody who don't really care about it.
Exactly.
But let's just be clear tonight.
This is my opinion.
Viewers.
Mhm.
He is not trying to convince you
I'm not.
one way or the other.
I'm just saying.
His argument may sound sound, and yes, there's validity in some of what he's saying. However, to each
it's not a
their
prescription.
own,
to each their own. But
and,
I know one thing.
And I will say
if somebody
that number one, just because I don't like one doesn't mean you omit the other.
Well, that's true. But what I'm saying to you is, what is more important to you? So most of these young ladies out here saying kissing is more intimate to you, to them.
Okay.
Which is fine.
But what parts are you kissing?
Ain't no but. That's what they say.
It's fine.
What parts are you kissing?
You cannot argue what they said.
This is a
ask what you should be asking is, why do you feel that way?
Sure. Why do you feel that way?
Because you keep saying all the other stuff.
He's all
that
valid
too.
All that is valid points.
All that too.
What's important?
But what is more intimate?
Okay, so
is what they say.
So if
Buddha, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Can you kiss a dick?
Can they kiss a dick?
Yeah.
Sure could.
And so therefore,
that's kissing.
That's kissing. And when I say kissing is inclusive, you can cover your whole body when you talk about kissing.
Okay.
That's what I mean when I say kissing is inclusive. But it's not relegated to one area.
Right. I understand that.
Right.
But there's the one, you talking about one area versus the most important area for certain people.
For certain people.
So when it becomes we having this conversation, when it becomes a matter of what do you feel is important, because intimacy is important to everybody, correct? And how
it's not about important,
but it also varies by everybody.
So if you claiming, listen, if you're claiming one is more intimate for yourself, then it's important to you. So you're not going to do that with everybody. Why? Because you feel that it's intimate. So you're not going to do that with everybody. So if you're saying this is intimate to you, that means you would rather do oral sex with somebody versus kissing them.
No. If I have to choose, see, that's where you're wrong, in my opinion. Just because those are the two options we're talking about tonight does not mean I want the other over the other. All I'm saying is, based on these two, there's many others you can. What's more intimate? It could be rubbing the feet. I could actually say oral sex or massages, kissing or massage. What is more intimate? So take oral sex off the table, and let's just say kissing or massage. What is more intimate to you? Some, depending on what their love language is, they may go with the physical touch.
I just want y'all to answer the question. Don't get away from the question.
Answer my question. If I have to choose between one or the other in the options that I'm being provided, I'm going to tell you this particular one. Okay. However, it does not mean.
I didn't say it didn't mean.
But basically, you said if you prefer this, that means you.
So
if you don't prefer this, then you.
No, I'm not saying. That. No, what I'm saying is when you considering intimacy.
I only apologize one time per season, hey, y'all.
When you're considering intimacy, you're considering what's important to you. So
what makes you feel good?
So if you're
going, it's important. It's a feeling.
Listen, if you open up Pandora's box and you kiss somebody, it means something to you, right? Now now we gave them two choices, right? We gave them kissing and we gave them oral sex, right? So now you're saying the most intimate is kissing. So now we're gonna open that box, and you're saying like, if I kiss somebody, it means more.
No.
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
No.
Okay.
No.
Because you can get into how and where. So now, yes, and see that's the complexity of the kiss, because you can kiss somebody on the cheek and be like, "Oh, love you," and then you can peck somebody on the lips and still be like, "Love you." But now you can kiss somebody on the lips that you really have a connection with, and it doesn't have to be a long kiss. And the transferal there is something different, And there's so many different areas. You can walk up to a woman and just softly kiss her on the back of the neck. Okay.
So
and the reaction you get from that most times, because some women might be like, "Hey, don't be kissing me on my neck," but
interesting. What do people say? I'm seeing some good comments in there.
Let's see the comments. Put my glasses on. Let me read around here.
What did it say, man? Read it. You read better than me.
No.
The purpose. I'm going to defend you. The purpose of oral sex. The purpose of oral sex is to reach climax. Wrong.
Wait, hold on.
Wrong.
You cannot call somebody's opinion wrong.
Well, misguided.
Keep reading.
Okay.
As much as
I appreciate my partner getting me there, a kiss after a bad day or a good day, a kiss to make up, a kiss to say farewell, and a kiss just because it's sending me goosebumps down my spine. Let me tell you something.
Hold on.
Now that's my opinion. Now let me get my opinion out there. I'm not disagreeing. That's how she feels. No problem.
Talk to me, doctor.
But here's the thing: if you're making my argument for me. You said oral sex is just to get a climax. That's what you view oral sex to be. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying to you, if I'm standing in front of you naked, that's me being vulnerable. So it's way more important than just a sexual act. And now you done put your hands on my special area, right? And you just took the validation or energy out of an act.
What's unforgivable?
Huh?
No, go. What's unforgivable, Dr. Love? Tell us.
That both of them is
right.
Kissing and you catching your mate kissing or having oral sex.
That was to the question earlier. Yeah. I agree.
I'm just in my opinion, like if it comes down to it, I'll be way more forgiving if I see you kiss somebody versus I see you with your hands on a member going to town.
Look.
And at the end of the day,
levels of trauma.
At the end of the day, it took
more intimate because of how it makes
it takes
connection for you, right?
It's a connection to you, but then it takes more effort to get down there.
Levels of trauma.
It takes more effort to get to that point versus you kissing them in the mouth.
When she starts off kissing the member,
you
in for something special.
Did you say the member?
I'm subbing out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So listen, I'm here for the shit. I'm here for the shit. But what I ain't gonna do, what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna allow you to minimize the idea of oral sex being just to reach a climax.
I don't think it is.
Be how she feel. What the hell you go?
I mean,
she's not minimizing it.
I don't think it is. But that's my feel. I'm not going to discount how she feels about it. So that's what we have to remember.
That's what she thinks.
That's her feel.
What caused a person to have a feeling or this experience or whatever? Okay, so there are many women that they can truly only climax by oral penetration. Okay, so with that being said, it is for that.
That's because they ain't had the right one.
Whatever. All I'm saying, right one, wrong one, side one.
I'm here for it.
I just know that, and it is proven. It's the numbers, the data, the statistics says it.
All right, so that means
No, you are
We
right,
talk
but then
about
it's also proven that they haven't had the right one, because when you look at a lot of these,
Everybody always claim that.
when you look at a lot of these relationships,
Mhm.
okay, physical relationships, in terms of getting there, okay, a lot of men, what's the goal? Their goal is to get there for themselves, not there for their woman. And so if you don't get it right the first time, then you're supposed to put more effort and more creativity into it the second time. You're supposed to figure that formula out. It should
If you
never
want
be,
to.
If you care.
but okay, like you said, if you want to, if you care. And I'm going to say you're supposed to. And so we're all saying the same thing. So when you look at the numbers of women that have not experienced that type of feel, that type of surreality, it's because the partner, and maybe them, and it might be them also, because a lot of times people won't say what it is they want or what they need to get them to a certain space. And I'm not just talking about in sex, I'm talking about just in interactions, period. So when you take it to the sexual scene, where we're at our most vulnerable and also at our most shy and at our most courageous at the same time. You know, sometimes we get lost in what we think is supposed to be. Okay.
I got it. Let's see. Here's another one. Women carry emotions different. If we are kissing and it's intimate, that means it's a connection. Some women can perform oral and it's just something to pleasure him. So I see the point. You know, that is her way of being intimate, by pleasing her mate. So
I mean, but I can say the same thing about kissing. If I know kissing is what's going to do it for you, they may not do it for me. I kiss you, you're good.
Okay, but why are we just posing this as oral sex for the man?
I mean,
no, it's not for just a man. This is
they're coming
this
at
is
my
across-
opinion.
This is for men and women. I say men and women. This is not about a man or a woman. This is about men and women. Period. So the women are the ones commenting. Unfortunately,
there's no man out there.
You men folk are just,
other than Hannibal,
right?
Who's talking about kissing.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is cool.
I look at it, like I said, I look at it that, you know, again, I'm a firm believer that everything is perspective. And, you know, let's just say I was in a marriage for 30 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. One may not be my preference over the other at that point in my life. At this point, you know, I'm in a place where I want to, you know, I just want to, you know what I'm saying, get off, man. No, gone are the days, temporarily perhaps, that I'm doing what I used to do. Okay. I'm gonna try something else. So in my new journey, oral sex may be what's more intimate to me, because let's say I wasn't really getting oral sex over them 20 years, 30 years that I've been with my husband. So now, what's going to be more intimate to me? That feeling that because once you get a good one, it's you know what I'm saying? You chasing it. That's what's you're associating that climax, that feeling, with intimacy. And so because you're associating that feeling with what your perspective is of intimacy, because for 30 years, you had a different type of intimacy. So a woman that says what they say, it could really stem from a plethora of things. things.
I guess my question to the ladies who are, for the most part, who are all in agreement, correct? Somewhat.
I mean, it's
somewhat.
both of them.
So I guess my question to the lady are, what do you consider to be intimate? What is intimacy to you? Like, at the end of the day, what is intimacy to you, baby?
What is intimacy? Let's go with we always have to have the correct version.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna look it up, and while everyone give their opinions, because
opinions are like what? Assholes. Everybody got one.
So, all right. So, per definition, intimacy is close familiarity or friendship, a private, cozy atmosphere, an intimate act, especially sexual intercourse. So, those are some of the things that they are.
Especially okay.
So when you're looking at it as far as an intimate relationship is an interpersonal relationship that involves physical and or emotional intimacy. So although an intimate relationship is commonly a sexual relationship, it may also be non-sexual relationships.
Okay. But I want
to cuddling with your mate. Like I enjoy the cuddles, cuddling, like sharing that, like it says, that closeness. So like I was saying earlier, like, sitting, watching movies, getting a foot massage, like that's an intimate moment.
Right.
For me, like that. And there's no penetration at all. It relaxes me and I might start drifting and my little spidey senses might go to tingling like,
I mean, I hear you.
How you doing?
I hear how everybody's saying, but like I'm just going to be transparent here, just as I can be. We can talk about how intimate, how people feel, and emotional driven that kiss could be, but you ain't leaving your mate of 20 years. If you walk in the room and see them kissing somebody, you're not gonna be like, that was so intimate. I'm gonna leave you now because because they took you to a space.
But they will leave if there's a lack of intimacy in the home.
But here's the thing.
We just read per definition of intimate relationship that it can be non-physical, right?
Yeah.
So if you are in a relationship 20, 30 years, hypothetically, 20, 30 years, you in a marriage, and yet you go to work and your work husband or your work wife is doing all these things that you desire at home. Yes, you might not just be quick to leave home, but you'll damn sure be tempted. You'll tend to get swayed, especially depending on what's going on at home. That's the whole purpose of the work husband and the work wife. That's how people get fraternized on their job.
Understand.
So can they and will they? Yes, they can. Yes, they will.
Like I said, on what level of emotions then that kiss could be? What level of intimacy when it comes to that spectrum of emotion, right? What level, for those who say kissing, is it? This is where I'm at. Like at the end of the day, you can tell this is where I'm at. Y'all can go all over the world about this emotional thing here that's called intimacy. Because now I kiss you and you feeling this emotion of love, of vulnerability in this moment that no other can give you.
But you see, you add words.
I'm not adding words
because nobody said that nobody else.
I mean,
you're
what is the
you're
intimate?
Going too far.
No,
Let me read what the people
What is
say.
the intimate moment? Now we talking about what this intimate moment could be.
So now we're changing the question to what is an intimate moment?
Yeah, what is it?
It's a touch.
It's a look. But where does this take you though? See, you understand? Where is this stuff taking you? You see what I'm saying?
So maybe somewhere, possibly in a past life, might have been that moment where you connect with somebody.
he's making my point for you. He's making my point for
Where
me.
you connect with the strange being, okay, and it evolves into something very rapidly and very intense.
I got you.
Okay, so we can classify that as.
Hold on 1 second, Henry. 1 second. We're gonna read this comment. Kissing is way more intimate than oral sex. You can get oral from anyone and be unaffected, but kissing requires a connection. No.
I don't agree. I don't agree
At all. But this is making my argument. But these type of comments.
But you can go either way.
You can.
You can go either way.
But this is what makes you are, I should say, you are minimizing the idea of what oral sex is really supposed to be about.
Prostitutes give oral sex all day long.
They'll kiss you too.
Exactly. 15 minutes, you out. 15 minutes, you out. 15 minutes, you out. Okay. And there's no emotional connection to it. Yeah. There's no intimate connection to it. There's not even, in most cases, other than the obligatory, ooh, yeah, baby. I mean, we've all seen the videos in the movie scenes and in the what was it, HBO After Dark, when they used to follow the prostitutes. Okay. Anybody that's been around, we've seen this, we know this, and anybody that has any experiences, we know this. Okay. But you can kiss somebody also. All right. Guys, females trying to get what they want. You will kiss somebody as an obligation and play it to whatever you need to play it to get what you want.
Right.
And there's no connection there other than the, again, you just as bad as the prostitute with the ooh, yeah, baby, it's so good. Yes. So you can't make that an argument because you can go either way.
So like I'm saying, like based on that comment that was just read, if I was to go to a woman right now and I ain't truly trying to be serious with them, I should just go ahead and whip out my penis and say, hey, listen, this is less intimate in here. I need this from you because if I kiss you, it's on now. We go together.
Wait.
Yeah, try that one out. Try that one out.
Do not kiss. I heard.
Well, if you pay for what, they're gonna do exactly what you fucking pay for. Excuse my language.
So actors and actresses kiss all the time. But they ain't giving each other oral though. But that's their job.
That's their job though. To make you think that it's all good. But it's just.
But have we the public, we the people, have we actually gotten to the point that, you know, these type of intimate acts have been over sexualized?
Yeah. I think that so far, when I'm reading here in the comments, that oral sex, y'all expect it to happen. It's a
that
part
mean
of
what
sex.
it used to.
But it ain't real. Sex is gonna be just sex. So you expect penetration and oral sex. But if I kiss you, it means so much more. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting from everybody. You can go ahead and you can have sex, you can have oral sex, but if I kiss you, we're taking this thing to a level that it's never been before with me, because intimacy starts with that connection of a kiss.
So number one, over sexualize. Yes, over sexualize, because society has problem with our society is that we can redefine and change definitions, and I just said the same thing, redefine and change, but we can redefine and change definitions at will. Now, there's that part of it, because there's the whole, we want to make everybody comfortable. So we want to change your reality. I want to change your reality, your norm, to fit my norm, because this is where I'm comfortable at. So I'm gonna use this as my initiative to redefine whatever it is and make my norm your norm, even though they're different. And so therefore, if you want to stick to your norm, now you're wrong. Okay. Now that's a huge issue we have in society right now on so many levels. Okay. But the same thing transfers over into the sexual kingdom. Okay. Sex acts, intimate acts, physical acts have been so overstated to the point of numbness. We've become numb to the intensity, the sacredness, the importance of these things of which we are giving up ourselves to others. And we have deemed them now to be everyday, just, whatever types of things. There was a movie years ago. I don't know if y'all remember. It was called Clockwork Orange. And it starred, I think it was Roddy McDowell or Malcolm McDowell, one of the McDowell brothers. And so he played a gangster. This was over in England. He played a gangster, and they were just off the hook. They were violent. They were going around robbing people and raping people, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, he was the leader. They captured him. So when he was caught.
You lost it again.
Every time
we get into that good
part.
That good part. So I'm gonna say this. Hey, y'all feel the way y'all feel. I'm cool with that. But what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say this. So how should I put this? I want to be very clear and concise. Go ahead, baby. Take it. Let me think about this for a little bit. Let me think. So
I'm not doing this.
I'm being very clear and concise about this, about where we at in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I feel and I understand how y'all feel like intimacy and kissing is way more intimate. I understand. I get it. I truly get it. But this is where we at, and we shouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? The act, what you do for your mate or what you do for another shouldn't be so regular. Shouldn't be so regular to a point where you minimizing the ideas of what's going on here. So you're saying to me it's easier to have sex with a person, have oral sex and sex with a person before kissing. People saying it's easy to have oral sex. It's easier to have sex. But when it comes to kissing, it means more. This is what I'm hearing. They can do all these other things because this is what it is.
You're putting words in the people's
No,
mouth.
I'm not. Read them.
So
read them. I'm not. Read them. That's all I'm saying.
I read what they said.
Okay.
And so unless we are actually engaging in an actual one-on-one conversation, and also, like doing like a live panel type thing, you won't really be able to get a person's full opinion within a matter of a few words. So I am telling you all that Buddha is a strongly opinionated person. However, with all due respect,
To all the others.
Your opinion, your perspective, your views are yours, and they are
truly yours. But
they are good. There's no right, there's no wrong. It is your perspective. Now, he feels strongly how he feel, and
she just kicked me.
So nevertheless, intimacy is a matter of perspective. It's all subjective at the end of the day. And so one may feel, I mean, like I said, personally, both are equally intimate to me, however, if I had to choose one or the other,
what takes more effort?
If I have to choose one or the other, then I'll go with kissing for the reason that I mentioned, which is because I don't normally do the kissing thing. I don't really do none of that stuff, okay? Because I'm a saint, number one. However, if I were to imagine, I would probably, want both. They would both, to me, they would both be they would be forms of intimacy because, it does require the exchanging of bodily fluids and some effort on both fronts. You know what I'm saying? However, for the most part, I think that, it's just, again, everybody's situations and circumstances are different. Some people have been there, done that. And so they're going to feel a certain way. And I understand that wholeheartedly. So
I'm gonna just
take what you will from it. Don't. Y'all know.
I'm here for the shits. But I'm telling you guys, man.
Right.
I'm here for it. But people think, listen.
Right.
All I'm gonna say is, we go together. I guess from here on out, I ain't kissing her none, because we go together. Because all from here on out, I'm being transparent with you guys. If we come out in this thing, I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm gonna start from here on out. I'm starting my conversations off real clear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start my conversation off real clear. Do you find kissing intimate? And soon as they go off on, yeah, that's way more intimate. From here on out, listen, I'm gonna say, well, can I get some head? Because now, because now it's like, this is not. Because now
we're gonna go.
Yeah. Because now y'all you didn't green lighted me to do what I really wanted to do.
See, and that's part of the problem with a lot of people. Just because a person don't say something or they say one thing, many people, they have the tendency to run with the assumption of this, that, and third.
I'm just here to tell you, man.
You can't try that with me.
I'm here to tell you because at the end of the day, what I've learned from this conversation and reading these comments, that's what I've learned, because people are talking about it. They're minimizing oral sex. They're minimizing oral sex to a point where it's the norm. Kissing, norm. Hold on. And kissing is not.
It's not.
That's a problem.
It's not. But I think it has become even more of a sacred act, if you will. Because I'm looking at the comment, kissing is very emotional. And if she is kissing another man, she's emotionally connected. Now I've heard that paraphrased before. If a woman is kissing a man, that is a connection versus the whole physical act. Because women will cheat on you. They'll smash.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
They will smash and dash. Okay, straight up. Women will smash and dash, and leave no emotional connection wherever they were at. Yeah, But the
hey, listen.
for a woman to,
I'm in agreement.
When a woman kisses you, because historically they've always treated the kiss as something, a prize. Just like when you're courting women, you walk them to the door, whatever, the kiss goodnight. All that is the prize. So I found that comment very interesting because I've heard it before. But to see it again nowadays, when everything has been so desensitized in terms of the acts themselves, somebody will give you the ass before they give you a kiss.
When I was growing up, and this is real, when I was growing up, to get the punani was the ultimate prize. We could sit out in high school and make our own effing day. But until you got the pussy, you are still at first base.
Boy, I don't do nothing until I get the punani.
Dude, we still at first base because we could kiss all day. That's what we were doing when we was teenagers, man.
No, that's what you was doing.
Yeah. Oh, they were just having sex?
You was doing that.
I was doing a lot more than that.
Right.
But what I'm saying to you is,
when I'm
saying to you was, when you was on that bus going to and y'all paired up on the bus to go to whatever the field trip was, y'all were holding hands and y'all were kissing. But that's exactly where it went. But when you started to have sex with that person, that's when y'all took it to the next level. As kids growing up, we all, for those who are watching this right here, we all in the same age group at this particular moment. And so it's shocking to me. 20 to 30 years later, we forget where we started from.
We used to have bases.
Huh?
Remember, we used to have bases.
Right.
Yeah, first base,
second,
third. Now.
Okay, so what was first base?
Who had bases? Because that was a man thing.
No.
Yes,
No.
It wasn't no man thing. Don't try to play that off. It wasn't no man thing.
First, second, what was first base?
It wasn't no man thing. Wasn't no man thing.
Y'all the one started that crowd.
Listen to what we're talking about. When we were kids, kissing was the initial
First base was a kiss.
Right.
Second base was a little
groping and a little this. And then third base was penetration. And the inside the park home run is when you got hit. When it all came together, this is what it was. But now we're saying the most intimate part of this, the prize and where we at today is they're willing to have sex and do. This is where I'm really trying to get people to understand this. Where we at now, where you saying to me and others that sex and oral sex is such a norm. It's such a norm that the intimate act is the actual kissing part. First base.
Listen, it pains me to say it, but I've heard cases, and it really pains me to say it. I've heard cases of where you have kids in school. They trade in favors for head. Okay. Yeah. There's no sacredness to that. There's that's like I'm saying I'm gonna give you annihilator for that pencil, basically. But that's not what it means to us. But this is where it has been broken down to.
Right.
So but we are the leaders of the new school, player.
And this is
true. and this is what we perpetuate, like you like to say.
With that being said, the question is, what is more intimate to you? Kissing or oral sex? So
Wanda want to bring us back to that. She want to bring us back to the script. Y'all come on back.
Okay. What's more intimate? Not if it
that is what it is. That was the question.
Okay.
So with that being said, We're gonna close. And it's definitely one of those topics that you know there's no right or wrong to it. It's just what it is.
It's personal preference.
Personal preference.
You
Personal
know,
preference.
has things gone? Has there been a change? You know, absolutely. You know, times have changed. It's no differently than anything else. You know, just dating. Period. You know, as he would say, the me, myself, and I generation and all those, you know, just the whole evolution. And so with that being said, there's going to be other areas that are impacted because of the change. It's just a domino effect. You know, you have a lot of women that are actually the breadwinners now. They don't have to stay at home and do all the stuff, the domesticated things. You know, roles are reversing. You know, you have men, the mom, the dad at home versus the mom stay at home. You know, the dad stay at home. So much goes beyond and behind what an individual chooses as based on the question. Not that the other things does not exist, not that one is more important or one is being minimized, but based on the question, based on everybody's perspective, personal opinions, it is definitely one of those things that, you know, it could, you know, that'll be a good conversation piece, you know, playing, you know, at a kickback, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of get more information. And, you know, it could probably get heated, you know, if people don't know how to contain themselves. But at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, we are professionals and we do respect other people.
I do. Listen, I do respect everybody's opinion. You know, it's cemented in stone because everybody can read them. And I'm good with that.
Understood. So listen, we're gonna check out, right? And next week is pretty much a new week. It's new energy, it's new times, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say new energy. It's the same energy, but you know, it's a new day. And yeah, man, look, come back and check us out. If you got an opinion about what's going on, you know what I'm saying? If you got a topic, don't hesitate to hit us up at BuddhaBaby.com, www.buddhababy.com. Let me make sure y'all get that. You might didn't catch that the first time, so let's catch it on the second go round. You can also find merchandise on this website. You can submit a topic or ask a question or submit a request to be a guest. You can see what's going on. You can find all of the platforms for our show. We're not just a live podcast. We are also on audio. So for those that are unable to watch us live, no worries. Within about 48 hours, generally it's posted and it's on all of our platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, all on. We don't know. Just look up Sippin and Conversations, SIPPIN and AND Conversations with an S, and you got it. Yeah, you ready?
Oh, you know. Much love.
Thank you for coming by.
Thoughts from the basement. You know, how can they get a hold of you? For those
so I still want to say it was lopsided in the respect that we were hitting this up from the oral sex for the man part, and you broached the topic of, I don't want to say the reversal of roles, but the expansion of roles and women being the breadwinner, et cetera, et cetera. There are a lot of women that feel like, you need to give me head. And that's how it needs to go. And that's okay. But again,
if you
the intimacy part of it. So I'm gonna leave that for another conversation.
Yeah, we'll come, we'll bring it back. It's no worries. We always double back. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll be ready for you with guns and blazing. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, what another little
Bro, you know I'm gonna have twins in the holster, so
you know I'm ready. I'm ready. You know, I'm always gonna be ready.
We'll bring it back with another little twist. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can understand what's going on. And because that's how we roll. We don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? We be having a good time.
Hey, this was a good conversation. For the most part, I enjoyed everybody introspective and perspective on how they feel. And it's great.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there because I could go further.
Yeah. And again, I say it was not exclusively about men. This is definitely one of those conversations where it goes for both men and women.
All right.
For our men that do catch this, make sure you all drop your comments below.
Please do.
So that
y'all can
listen and co-sign on your boy.
Yeah, nobody really
or have your own opinion.
Only had one co-sign.
Yeah, can the brothers sign in? Drop some comments.
Yeah, they you know how you men do. Y'all got to get your boys on board because y'all want us to believe that men are the prize.
You know,
then I'm gonna need y'all to go on and get out there and
Somebody said even as kids, there was still more kissing than
I saw that.
Kisses. It was the start, but if you got that snatch, you got them.
That depends on where you was at.
You got the snatch, you got them. Indeed.
On that note, y'all.
Not everybody can say they had sex with you, but everybody can say they kissed you.
I'm done with it. I'm done.
Drop the mic.
All right, we'll see y'all soon.
We sippin' in conversation. Sippin' in conversation.
Beat me up, Scotty. Beat me up, Scotty.
Sippin' in conversation.